let me help you with marketing and publishing.
Yes,
I would say 99.9% that is not a deal you want to make.
Yes.
And I would say you have an awesome partnership with Serenity Forge. And it sounds awesome. I might be tainted by, when I was working on Home is Where One Starts, countless publishers saying, oh, you need us, like you're not going to succeed without us, and they just, all they do is siphon. That's all they do is they've slapped their name on it on the Steam page and they siphon 40% of your funds for no reason. But what you did is you made games first, and you made a name for yourself. You had Unity fly out, make a film about you, and you finished games. That's the way to get a publisher. I would agree with that.
Yeah.
What I would say is, when you're first starting off, making your very first small games, I don't think there's any reason to get a publisher at the beginning.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point, a really good perspective. You know, I always say, me and my wife talk about this. I talk about work a lot, and she probably gets annoyed.
Like my wife, yeah, okay.
But when we talk, I always say, I'm just so lucky to have a really dedicated YouTube audience, because if I ever get screwed over by a publisher, they're not going to be happy. My backers, people who got my back. And so I always say, if you're gonna, you know, if you're gonna partner up with a company that you don't know, be sure you've got some ammunition.
Yeah, definitely.
Because they do. I promise you, they do. They've got money. They've got a team of people.
They've got lawyers.
They've got lawyers. They've got everybody. And this is not true for Serenity Forge or Armor Games at all. But I can speak to having experience with another publisher where behind closed doors, like I'm in South Carolina, they're off in California or somewhere, or where were they? They were somewhere in the Midwest. And I knew that they were talking about what they were going to do to screw me over. And they didn't see it that way. They just saw it as business as usual. Yeah. But what they were doing to screw over an 18-year-old, well, I didn't know any of that. And so I wasn't talking to them. And so they had all this ammunition against me, this power. And so it's really important for indie developers to have power behind them. And it doesn't necessarily have to be cash. It definitely can be a lawyer that you paid $4,000 to help you out. But it can also be in the form of a social media following, which is so huge. And you're doing that right now, and you're killing it. You're doing a really good job. And I want all of my all of the people watching this or listening to this podcast to know that you can't put a price tag on an army that supports you.
А у вас бывало такое, что иллюзией становится тариф в вашем смартфоне?
У некоторых он может быть заблокирован в любой момент, если что-то другое забыл оплатить абонент. Доступ ограничен.
У Теле2 правила другие. Даже при минусе вам доступно то, за что вы заплатили. Честные тарифы. Не блокируем при минусе.
Не знаю. Я вообще, как я живу вообще, Базильер. ты знаешь, как... Нет, это сказал, что надо все-таки сделать. Все-таки сделаю. Ладно, все. Зеленка. Нет, марганцовка, что ли? Нет, зеленка. Йоден канал, йоден канал.